What's up, Guyana? It's your boy NB592 and welcome to yet another episode of Inside Culture. Of course, we focus on all aspects of culture, and something important in Guyana is our sporting culture. And when it comes to sport, one sport definitely stands out above the rest. I'm talking cricket. And today we find ourselves at one of the meccas of cricket in central Georgetown, the Demerara Cricket Club, a club that has seen a lot of international superstars come from humble beginnings, starting their careers right here. We're going to divulge a bit into the legacy that is DCC, so you got to keep it locked to Inside Culture on HGPTV. We are back with you in the mix here on Inside Culture. We've got one of the talented youngsters here at the Demerara Cricket Club, one of the rising stars, Mr. Lamar Seacharan, and he's going to be telling us a bit about himself. How old are you, young Lamar?
I am 13 years old.
13 years old. He's currently a member of the Guyana Under 15 squad. Tell us, how long have you been a member here at DCC?
I have been a member from 2016 to now.
Wow. Started your career right here at this same club?
Yes, indeed I did.
What are some of your major accomplishments as a cricketer so far?
Some of my major accomplishments are making Guyana Under 13 twice, my 2 record-breaking innings.
Tell us a bit about those.
One of them are right here actually, my second division 100 at the age of 11, and my 325 not out in the under 15 level.
A young man that scored a triple century at the under 15 level. Definitely a star in the making. How do you feel about being able to represent your country, Lamar?
Well, it makes me extremely proud and happy. It just goes to show that nothing is impossible. Hard work pays off.
Yeah, what is one of the most important things you would have learned here at DCC that will help you to be a successful cricketer?
The most important thing I would say I have learned is discipline.
Discipline, awesome. Once you have that discipline, the sky's the limit for you once you've got the talent as well. Which clubmate do you look up to the most?
The clubmate I look up to the most is Tevin Imlach because of his good footwork, his dedication to the game, and his hunger to train every single day. Yeah,
Tevin Imlach, definitely a good role model. And who is your favorite cricketer in general?
My favorite cricketer is Brian Lara because of his good footwork, his hunger to bat for such a long period of time, and for his record-breaking achievements.
Awesome. Where do you see yourself, Lamar, in the future as a cricketer?
I see myself representing West Indies, making my nation proud, my family, my coaches, my club mates, also my friends.
Awesome. A future West Indian in our presence. And last but not least, what can you tell youngsters like yourself to encourage them to get into sports like cricket and to join clubs like the Demerara Cricket Club?
Something I can say to youngsters like myself is joining esteemed clubs like DCC can provide good exposure and mentoring. For example, we have some very good coaches and mentors like Mr. Roger Harper, Mr. Mark Harper, Coach Darian Bess, and Coach Gavin Ned.
There you had it, my people. The voice of young Lamar Seacharan. He's got a bright future ahead of him. You got to keep it locked to HGPTV. You're tuned into Inside Culture.
Easter promo alert. Tell a friend, bring a friend. 50% off for regular clients and 25% off for new clients. At HereZone, we personally care for your hair.
Furnishing your apartment complex. Kissoon's local and imported line of living room, bedroom, and dining room furniture will have heads turning. Shop in store today. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
What's up, Guyana? Welcome back to Inside Culture here on HGPTV. We're at the Demerara Cricket Club, the home of the legends. And right now we're in conversation with one of the young rising stars, Mr. Jonathan Van Lang, a former Guyana Under-17 captain and a current Guyana Under-19 player. We're going to have a conversation with him. He's a multi-talented athlete who plays multiple sports. So the first thing we're going to ask him, as both a representative for the Guyana national team in table tennis and cricket, having represented Guyana in both of those disciplines, Jono, how difficult is it to commit to playing two sports at the highest level?
First of all, I don't think it's quite difficult because of my passion and how much I enjoy playing the two sports. But in terms of managing the two sports at the level that I play at, it's quite difficult in terms of time management. But I guess once you stay disciplined, not only to yourself, but to the sport, it can be quite successful.
Definitely, discipline is what is required if you want to be successful. Of course, you got to be able to commit evenly. And of course, it requires a lot of discipline. How did you decide to become a member here at BCC?
I live about 30 seconds away from the club, so before I even knew cricket existed, my parents brought me here. I was automatically attached to the club.
Awesome. What do you like most about representing DCC, the home of the legends?
I think the comfort the club brings, the players, the environment the club presents, the competitive nature of the club. And I think for me, growing up with 3 siblings, and also my mother and father is very competitive. I guess I came with that competitive nature. That's why I enjoy playing for the club so much.
Yeah, and speaking of competing, who would you say is your favorite club to compete against?
I won't say I have an exactly favorite club, but the top clubs that bring that competitive nature towards the game, I enjoy competing with them. GCC, Everest, stuff like that. That's just my competitive nature again, and I enjoy competing against any club as long as the competitiveness is there.
And let's speak to some of your standout performances. What would you say is your most memorable performance representing the Demerara Cricket Club?
My most memorable, definitely the Under-15 Toucan Distributors Cup, where I got 48 not out. That was my first score for the club, and it was in the final, so that was pretty special to me.
Awesome. How has the coaching staff here at DCC helped you to improve as a cricketer?
Definitely a whole lot. If it wasn't for the coaches, I wouldn't have been anywhere where I'm at. Coach Ned brought me from the grassroots level. And with my 2 recent coaches, Coach Bourne and Coach Bess, I think they have added another layer and are adding layers to my game that will help me to become a cricketer both on and off the field.
Right. I love the fact that you're speaking about adding layers to your game. Known as quite a big hitter and perhaps suited for the limited overs, do you see yourself as only a limited overs player, or would you like to someday play test cricket?
I have not. I'm way too young in my cricket career to narrow down on any particular format. At this point in time, cricket is just cricket to me, and I take it one day at a time, one ball at a time.
Lovely, lovely. We love that response. So we've got a lot of legends here at the Demerara Cricket Club, from the old legends like Sir Clive Lloyd, Lance Gibbs, Roy Fredericks, and Roger Harper, of course, to the newer legends like Travis Dowling and Chris Barnwell, Shafeen Rutherford, and now Tevin Imlach. How does it feel to be representing a club with such rich cricketing legacy?
It really is a privilege. I wouldn't say it's a pressure to me, but what I would say it's motivation to see that those guys that I played not youth cricket, but I played some level of cricket with them, and to see them progress and become what they are is definitely motivation for me to become what they are one day.
Now go ahead and tell a future star why DCC is the club to start their career.
Just the competitiveness and the atmosphere the club brings. I mean, the guys here are really helpful in terms of bringing up youngsters. So that's just basically it. Just being here and being around, you will get better.
There you had it, my people. Jonathan Van Lang, one of the rising stars here at DCC. We've got lots more for you. Don't touch that dial.
Here at Kissoon's Furniture, you can create a home you love. There's a style for everyone at a price anyone can afford. Shop in store today. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Freezing outside, a little bit high on the feeling. Can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa.
Say goodbye to germs with a free Sterling Super Soap automatic dispenser. That's right, get free equipment and installation of our touch-free dispenser. The perfect amount of soap every time ensures clean and germ-free hands. Refilling is quick and easy with 4 amazing fragrances: coconut, sunflower sunrise, pink blossom, and citrus zest. Call us on 265-7403.
We are back with you in the mix here on Inside Culture. We're here at the Demerara Cricket Club, the home of the legends, and we're talking to one of the stars at the moment, none other than Mr. Tevin Imlach. He's currently the captain of the Ghana Harpy Eagles and a West Indies senior team wicket-keeper batsman. So we're going to be talking to him a bit about his career. And the first question I want to ask you today, Tevin, is when did you start playing cricket and when did you decide to take it seriously?
I started playing probably in grade 2. That's my earliest memory of playing cricket in school, you know, with the kids and stuff. When I joined DCC at age 10, that's when I realized that I had a pathway and you know, it's something I really enjoy and I was good at it. So, you know, that's when I think I really started taking it very seriously.
Awesome. And when did you realize for sure that you definitely have what it takes to make it to the highest level as you would have achieved?
I think I took it in strides. For me, it was always about proving myself and getting as close as possible to it. I made under 19. I made West Indies under 19 team, and that was, you know, a massive plus to me. You know, allowing me to believe in myself a bit more, and you know, knowing that okay, I could do it at this level. And you know, from that, I got a contract with the academy team in Guyana, and you know, that was also very helpful. I got to rub shoulders with players like Leon Johnson, Shivnarine Chandrapal, and these guys that really helped me to, you know, develop my skills and understand what it's like to play at that level. And then when I got my opportunity to play 4-day cricket, and I did well. That was also a sign that you're good enough and you can compete at this level.
I'm glad you spoke about representing the West Indies at the under-19 levels. You know, you were part of a big setup in West Indies history at the under-19 levels. How did it feel winning the ICC Men's Under-19 World Cup in 2016, Tevin?
Yeah, it was surreal. I don't think many people give us a chance. We went to Bangladesh for a 3-match series before, and we got an absolute thrashing in that series. So, you know, it was we just won the right games at the right time, and you know, it was exciting. I actually had a dream that we won, and you know, I woke up out of my sleep and I was like, oh no, it didn't happen. And after we actually did win, I actually pinched myself on the field. I was like, oh, actually this is real and this is actually happening. So it was amazing. It was you know, one that, you know, you carry with your career throughout, and yeah, it was a special moment.
Yeah, and that year in 2016, it was a proud year for West Indies cricket in general. We won the Men's Senior T20 World Cup, as well as the Women's World Cup that year. And of course, the under-19s that Tevin and the likes of Shimron Hetmeyer from Guyana were a part of. So it's very easy to get complacent, Tevin, especially after you would have achieved the ultimate success of playing at the highest level. Now, the word in the cricketing fraternity is that Tevin Imlach is one of the hardest workers on the training grounds. So tell us a bit about what motivates you to keep pushing yourself to improve as a cricketer.
Yeah, I just feel like for me is proving. It's not just about proving things to the world that, you know, Tevin Imlach can play cricket. It's proving to myself. You know, I have, you know, goals that I would have set out, you know, to achieve as a player, and for me, it's all about working towards those goals. And every day is an opportunity to, you know, I get up and I get the opportunity to play cricket and, you know, do what I love. And, you know, I try not to take that for granted. I still have early in my career in terms of West Indies cricket, so you know, I still have a lot to look forward to and a lot to achieve. So that keeps me humble and that keeps me, you know, hungry.
Definitely, that hunger is essential if you want to keep improving yourself as a cricketer. So we're definitely happy that Tevin Imlach, you know, he demonstrates that hunger, he demonstrates that passion in everything he does. How important of a role has DCC played in your career?
It's been massive. I mean, everything about cricket, you know, came from DCC. I started here, and you know, I'm still here. Growing up, it's a fire in my neighborhood. You can easily fall into different traps and different, you see so many different things and you can easily get fall into that. And for a lot of people, it's school and then back home, and you have that time where, you get yourself into a bit of trouble. But DCC, took that time and allowed me to challenge my LNG in a positive way. It allowed me to see different people from different walks of life and stuff. It exposed me to so much about the world and how things are. And I'm eternally grateful to DCC, what it did for me as a person, and what it continues to do for kids. Coming out of different neighborhoods, and it gives you as a trade. You start very early. Once you're in love with the game and you have that passion and you're willing to work hard, the sky is the limit. So yeah,
definitely. For a lot of youngsters, the sport of cricket, it starts out as a pastime, but it really has evolved in Guyana into one of the more lucrative careers you can actually have as a Guyanese citizen, being a professional cricketer. What is it like being an active test player here at the club?
Not much has changed apart from you get a little bit more attention now, especially from the older guys, and that the younger guys, they look up to you. They're always eager to speak to you and get a bit of word in. But to me, it hasn't really changed. Apart from that, it's been the same. The same people, the same energy. Just a case of people wanting to, I guess, ask you about past experiences, current experiences, and stuff like that. So just a little bit more attention.
Yeah, and we were speaking with young Lamar Seacher, and he mentioned you as his club mate that he looks up to the most. So DCC being the home of the legends, what kind of a legacy would you wish to leave here at DCC when you decide to step away from cricket?
Big shoes to fill, to be honest, home of the legends. But I just want to be remembered as a humble person, first of all. Someone that works very hard or worked very hard, and they left everything on the field. And I never left any stone unturned. Eager to learn and eager to get better at the game that I love, and that's really what I just want to be remembered for.
And what is your most memorable moment representing DCC?
It was on a 19 tournament. It was in Georgetown. DCC had two teams, the A team and the B team. And the A team was expected to be the better team, but both teams managed to get to the finals, and the B team actually beat the A team in the finals. I was on the A team, but it got dropped for that game. But it was an amazing game to see, what young DCC players and what they can do, and it shows the dominance of DCC cricket and the legacy that is involved in. So yeah.
And what are you doing when you're not playing cricket? Tell us a bit about some of your hobbies.
Not a whole lot of hobbies, to be honest. Cricket is something I've dedicated my life to, and very committed to making that dream a reality. So it's really cricket. I've gotten into probably a bit more football, watching some football now. No real hobbies, but yeah, football, a bit of cinema and stuff. So yeah, pretty much it.
All right, my final question to you, Tevin. We've got coaching, we've got match refereeing, we've got umpiring, and we've got commentary. What can you see yourself getting involved in after retirement?
Definitely not umpiring. You get a lot of abusing as the players, but yeah, probably coaching. I have a bit of a love for it. It is, it takes some patience, obviously, with kids. But, I have a love for it. Attention to detail is very key in coaching. I think I have that. And, it's something I enjoy from time to time. So, yeah, possibly coaching.
There you had it, my people. A lovely conversation with the most talented Tevin Imlach. We're here at the Demerara Cricket Club. I want to encourage you guys to keep it locked to Inside Culture on HGPTV.
So classes will be held Wednesdays and Saturdays in the month of May from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And so whichever day suits you, you can register for those days.
And I wonder why you keep giving me grace.
Welcome back to Inside Culture here on HGPTV. We're at the Demerara Cricket Club, the home of the legends. And right now, it's a privilege of mine to be in conversation with one of the active legends, a former West Indies player and a former West Indies coach. And he's the current president here at the Demerara Cricket Club, none other than Mr. Roger Harper. So the first question I'd like to ask Mr. Harper tonight, how long has the Demerara Cricket Club been in existence?
Well, according to our records, since 1912. And the club last year in September celebrated its 112th anniversary. So, we've been around for quite a while, and, we've had a significant achievement over the years.
Just about 112 years and counting. Tell us, if you can, how many international players has DCC produced so far?
Well, a significant number. For me to tell you the exact amount would be a bit challenging, but we've, since the days of MP Finance, who was the first West Indian captain to win a test match, right here at Border. He was a member of this club, continuing with Lancelot Gibbs, Sir Clive Lloyd, Roy Fredericks, the modern day players in Travis Dowling, Christopher Barnwell, not international, Derwin Christian, and down to Tevin Imlach, who's a current
and even the likes of
player.
Keith Semple prior to Derwin Christian.
Keith Semple. That's right, So we've produced a number of international players and a number of international youth players significantly.
How important do you think it is for Guyanese youths to get involved in extracurricular activities and sports like cricket in general?
Well, I think it's very significant because it helps with the holistic development of the individual. Sport helps to build character. It teaches you a number of things, like teamwork. It helps to strengthen your self-belief, and it encourages fitness and therefore good health. And I think through sport on the whole, you make a lot of new friends. You meet a lot of people and make a lot of new friends. And there are lessons learned on the sports field that you can't really learn anywhere else, and you can use, in other spheres. So I think sport is very important.
Awesome. Now, cricket is a sport that has a lot of specialized aspects such as batting, bowling, and wicket-keeping, but there's also fielding. Now, you're known as one of, if not the greatest fielder in the history of West Indies cricket. How important is it to work on your fielding as a cricketer?
Well, the thing to note is that in the game of cricket, you spend the most time fielding.
For sure.
You spend the most time fielding. And if you're not good at it, you're going to spend even longer fielding. But so it plays a very important part. And if you're going to win matches, you have to be able to take catches, effect run-outs, and save runs. And that's all part of teamwork, supporting your bowlers. So it is very significant. But the other thing about it is that you as an individual player on the field, taking a brilliant catch or effecting an outstanding run out gives you such a high, and so much pleasure that, you want to be able to execute at that level on the field and help your team to succeed. And I think it helps to keep you in the game, keep you focused when you're looking to save runs and take catches, and try and look at yourself as a wicket taker. I think that's one of the things you have to do when you're a fieldsman on the field if you're going to make a difference.
Freezing outside, a little bit high on the feeling. Can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa. you don't leave anything to chance. Every day you click it, lock it and mask up. Now press, rub and wash with Sterling Super Soap. Our antibacterial formula eliminates 99.9% of all germs and bacteria. Clean and moisturize your hands with 4 refreshing and rejuvenating fragrances. Get super clean with Sterling Super Soap.
What is your fondest memory? I want to tickle your brain a little bit. What is your fondest memory? It could be as a player, it could be as an administrator. What is your fondest memory here at DCC, Mr. Hart?
Well, that's a a difficult question, but let me answer it this way. One of the things that I most appreciate, I appreciated since back in those days, was the opportunity I had as a young 16-year-old to share the dressing room with the late Roy Fredericks. You know, I was able to play for Demerara Cricket Club First Division, well, it was Case Cup at the time, First Division cricket. And Roy Fredericks was in the country and playing, so I was in the team playing with him. So I was able to rub shoulders, so to speak, with him and watch the way he operated, learn from him. And, you know, that to me was a great privilege. You know, and listen to him tell stories about playing in Australia and facing Lillian Thompson and playing in England, you know. That was a real privilege for me and something that I really cherish. And I think that sort of thing helped and inspired me to be the person I am today.
Final question. Why DCC as against any other club? Why choose here?
Why choose here?
For anyone who may want to start a cricketing career, perhaps.
Well, my uncle, Frederick Wills, who was captain of the... you remember him at one time, he was the foreign minister of Guyana, an outstanding barrister. And he was captain of the Demerara Cricket Club First Division team. I think he's the chairman of selectors for Guyana as well. And and my brother as well, Mark, is almost 6 years older than I am. He's been involved here. So it's a natural progression that you follow here. I think, like I said, you know, the club played a great part in the development of the youths in the area, because we played a lot of test matches at the side of the ground, you know, with our friends during the August holidays every single day. And youths from Queenstown, Albertown, you know, and, you know, other areas nearby would come and congregate here and play, where the car park is there now, just north of the pavilion. We had what we call a sand reef there. It's very sandy, but we played a lot of matches there, you know, early on Saturday mornings and in the afternoons as well. So we really grew up here and became part of the DCC family even before we were officially members. You know, so it's natural that you would progress into the club and then...
it's kind of like DCC chose you.
Well, as well, but then also seeing the outstanding players and the way they performed on the field, you wanted to be like them, wanted to follow in their footsteps.
I want to say thank you, Mr. Harper, for taking time out of your schedule to engage us. And of course, I want to wish you and everyone here at DCC all the very best. I want to encourage all of your players to continue to work towards mastering their skills and mastering their craft. And we're definitely looking forward to seeing a lot more international representation coming out of the Demerara Cricket Club. There you had it, a lovely conversation with the president of the Demerara Cricket Club, a former West Indies player and coach, Mr. Roger Harper. We've got to keep it locked to Inside Culture here on HGPTV.
Thank you.